Every morning before our team even opens up their laptop, 3 AI agents have already done the most tedious, revenue critical work in our business. They've reviewed every open deal and drafted the next message to keep the deals moving forward. They've chased every overdue invoice, and they've also swept our CRM clean of junk without a single human doing any of the work. And these 3 agents, they handle our sales admin behind the scenes, end to end, with human in the loop. Now, just a quick note, this is not the whole revenue system that we use AI for. We still use AI to create content and generate leads. We still have to close deals as a human, and we also still manage relationships. But the busy work, the stuff that used to take, hours and hours each and every week, also live rent-free in my mind, at the very least, is now gone, and it's done every single morning. And in this video, I'm going to show you each and every one of these agents, not just the concepts, not just a demo. I'm going to show you the outputs, the workflows that are running in our business right now. And at the end of the video, I'm going to give you the exact prompts for, in my view, the most powerful ones. So you can just copy it and have it running in your business by tomorrow. Quick thing, just before we jump in, we've built these workflows within our CRM, so the Earlibird app, which is powered by Claude, but you don't need that or our exact setup. The logic, the triggers, the actions, the outputs, all those things that we're going to cover here, this is what matters. And you can replicate every single one of these workflows that I'm about to show you inside of ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Make, N8N, or any AI tool that you're already using. So don't let the tool stop you from stealing the systems if you're not using the Earlibird app. All right, so let's dive in with the first one. The number one reason that deals stall usually doesn't come down to price, right? It's not usually the product. What it really is the fact that the follow-ups don't happen, right? So someone in your team gets busy, a message slips by, and a deal that was warm on Tuesday is cold by Friday. This agent fixes this every single morning, all automatically. And so here's how it works. Every single morning, we have it scheduled to run at 8 a.m. The first thing that it does is it pulls and reviews all of our open deals in the CRM that we have. So it'll review the conversation history. So this will go back through our SMSs, our emails, any of our recorded calls as well. So it actually gets context about what was last said, when it was sent, and whether the person's replied or not. Also things like how long it's been. Then what it does is it uses all of that information that used to sit in someone's back of mind or their mental to-do list, and it drafts the next message for the deal. And so you can see here what it actually does is it doesn't just do this via email, it does this via either SMS, or it does it by SMS, email, and also call talking points if we actually have that based on our rules. And so the best part about this is it's not just a standard templated response. It actually drafts these based on the relationship that we have with each individual lead or prospect. And so, if the relationship or the situation suggests that an SMS is better, it will draft an SMS as well as the email. Or if it's just an email or just a call, it'll actually go ahead and do that. And probably my favorite part of this is that if it does need a phone call, because maybe something's stalled or maybe there's a key decision maker that hasn't responded, and actually just it gives you the talking points as well. So it doesn't just tell you to call this person, it actually generates the talking points to reactivate the deal and keep it moving forward. So whoever picks up the phone to make that phone call, they will know exactly what to say, what's been discussed, and what the next step should be. And this will also go ahead and flag anything that's stuck. So any of the deals where maybe the prospect has gone silent, maybe a key stakeholder hasn't responded, or any of those sorts of situations that can stall deals, it'll pull those into a blocker report so we know exactly what needs human attention. And the great part about this is it outputs one report every single morning without having to go through and dig through the CRM. And so let's actually go ahead and look at some of the results or some of the outputs of this, because before we set this up, our follow-up, if you've been in our system, has been very ad hoc, right? So some deals we get very, very quick responses from the team or myself. Others might sit there for a little while before getting some attention. And this isn't because we don't care, it's just because there's like 1,000 things that are competing for attention, as we all know. But now every single deal gets reviewed, and the draft message or message, call, or SMS or email gets sent out every single day. So all we do as a team is review what needs to be sent out, and we hit send. So this isn't just time saving. This is actually about consistency, and especially with sales, consistency closes deals. So let's actually take a look at some of these outputs in here as well. So if I just scroll across here, you'll see this has come from earlier on this morning. So this is today's actual output and reports. And of course, I'm going to blur out any sort of privacy or sort of information that's going to be any sort of private information, essentially. So what we actually get here is we get a bit of a summary of the number of conversations and open deals we have here as well, any sort of key qualifiers, and then a bit of a pipeline status report. So if we just come over here as well, so we can see who is in what stages of the pipeline, how long they've been there, and what you can't see is over onto the right-hand side, if you scroll across, it actually gives some other deals, deal information and context as well. Gives us a bit of a narrative, and then over here, it gives us our blocker analysis and next steps. Now, this will do it for, as you can see here, it's pulled out 2 deals or 2 contacts that are currently stalling or being blocked by something. It actually goes ahead and creates the, obviously, why it's blocking over here as well, and the recommended next step of what we need to be doing. So what it also does then is it drafts these follow-ups. So if I have a look at the SMS, again, blurring out some information here as well, but it drafts the SMS, the email, and also you'll see down here that it's going to, I don't think I've got it on this image, but it actually goes ahead and does the talking point with the phone call there too. Then over here, here we go, call task and talking points. So there we go. So what we're doing here is suggested that I need to call this contact as well. It's given the reason why we should call them, suggested timing, and a bit of call prep about what to say here as well, just to help keep these deals moving forward. Now, the other thing it does is it gives the daily priority action list. Now, again, if you have a larger team with multiple people on board, we can actually have this create and assign me as tasks for these different, action items each and every day for your team. And of course, it also sends through a message through to Slack, which is the communication tool that we're using when it comes to our communications. And this one over here too, just to sort of show you. So we're going to go through and overview the 3 workflows I've got in the red rectangle. So we've just gone through the daily CRM pipeline review and deal mover workflow or scheduled task. We're going to go through those ones there as well. We will also have other scheduled tasks set up within the system here as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the actual CRM Weekly Sweep task. Now, this one, before we dive into it, it does seem small, but it's not. Right? It really is extremely important because, especially now in the age of AI, data hygiene, cleanliness, and organization is extremely important because it affects your workflows and your outputs. And so if your CRM is full of junk, and what I mean by junk, it's like could be spam contacts, people who are just testing for verification codes, or even bounced emails, then the first, or the 2 other agents I'm showcasing in this video won't be optimal because they're going to be working with dirty data. And bad data means bad follow-ups, it means bad reports, it means bad decisions, and also bad outputs from your AI as well. So what this one does is there we go. So every Friday at 9 a.m., this is going to trigger off. It's going to scan all of our contacts from the CRM. Then what it's going to do is it's going to identify any junk contacts. Now, this is based on rules we've set up, but it's things like obvious spam patterns, people who are like sort of putting in garbage email addresses or random characters. Also people who are just testing, because I'm sure like with most businesses as well, we got people who are just trying to test out the system. Also, it could even be contacts that our team has created to test something that has been created or updated. It also flags email addresses that have bounced, and it also surfaces anything that looks like a verification code or a bot sign up. And so with these, it's going to either mark them for immediate deletion. Now, again, what we recommend here is having a human in the loop. So we do not have the AI take any action in our CRM until or unless a human has reviewed what is about to happen and approves it. So for the ones that it knows are immediately spam, it marks them for deletion, but a human still has to confirm it to actually before the actual agent will clean these contacts off there as well. So for those that it's not sure about, if it's not really clear, it'll actually put them on a review list with the reasoning why it's flagged it for a potential, junk contact record. So someone on our team can quickly glance through them and confirm before either deleting them, the contact record, or leaving the contact record in place. And so this used to take a lot of work and a lot of effort. Now it's literally just a few seconds for a human to review it, and that's it. And so what happens here is every Friday, this runs in the morning, and that just means on Monday morning, our CRM is clean. And here's what really matters with that too, because when the Monday morning sales follow-up agent is working, the one that we just reviewed, it's working with clean data. Also, when we're doing the accounts receivable workflow, which you'll also see, plus our other social content workflows, or any of our conversational AI elements in there as well, everything's working with clean data, and it all sort of feeds through to each other as well. And especially in the age of AI, data hygiene, as I mentioned, is extremely important. And this is one of those like invisible sort of agents. You really don't notice it until it's not there. And then what happens is your reports start going wrong or getting wrong information. Your follow-ups start to bounce. Your AI systems start providing bad responses, and ultimately nobody really knows why. So let's actually have a quick little look at what this looks like, and we'll go through these outputs. So as you'll see here, it's identified, and this is run from, I think, the 5th of June. So last run that we ran this. So it's picked up 7 potential contacts as potential spam or junk contact records in our CRM. And as you can imagine, these will continue adding up. And sooner or later, you can actually have a database full of junk. And if you're on a system or a platform that charges you per contact record, again, that can clog up your system and end up costing you more money. So it's pulled out 2 very clear Google verification codes, 2 test contacts by the looks of it, actually 3 test contacts. This one here I had to blur out as well. This is actually a client who was just testing one of the things on the system. And then that other one there, I'm not sure what that was, but I think it might be a legitimate contact if I've blurred out that information. So what it's done is it then pulls up and gives us a bit of a summary of high confidence. So these ones here are clearly junk contact records to be deleted. And then it goes through some for medium confidence to review, and then low confidence. So this is the ones to actually go ahead and keep. And so what this also does, though, is it doesn't just do it within the AI system. It'll actually go ahead and send us an email. We can have this go through to Slack if we wanted to as well. But for me, it's just nice and easy as an email. And all I have to do is open up the email that it sends through to me, have a quick little look at who it's flagged for, obviously high confidence for deletion, medium confidence or low confidence. I'll click that link. It takes me through to the Earlibird app, and then I'll go ahead and say, yes, delete them, or keep this one here, but delete all the rest. And this AI does all the rest of that work for us as well. And again, all this is to take a long period of time to review the contact records, even through other automations or workflows. This just makes things a lot easier. And now for the third automated workflow. This is all about cash collection. It's probably the most, or the least, I should say, glamorous part of running a business. Probably one of the most important ones. And it's also one of the things that kills cash flow the quickest, right? So nobody wants to be calling or sending those awkward, hey, I just want to follow up on that invoice message. So now we know, right? Because now the agent does it for us on our behalf. And so this is the same, structural pattern as the sales agent, where it runs every single day. But it's a completely different target market here. So whereas the sales agent was reviewing our contacts and our leads, this one's reviewing our clients and our customers. And so this one will fire on a schedule. If I just zoom in on this, actually might help. Here we go. So this will run every single weekday at 10 a.m. And when it fires, it reviews every single one of our outstanding invoices, right? It checks how overdue they are on each individual level. And then it matches the style and tone of the escalation or the follow-up, depending on the client, the context of conversations, because again, it has access to all this information. And it essentially just crafts the right follow-up for the right level of escalation. So as an example, as you can see on screen here, I might send just or draft a polite SMS for something that's a little bit late, maybe a few days. It will obviously get a little bit more formal and firmer if it's later. And for anything that's past our allowable time frame, it'll obviously suggest a phone call with the contact details, with the amount owed, and also the full history. So that whoever has to make that phone call is fully briefed. And that's in addition to the SMSs and the emails as well. Now, the escalation part is really the smart part here, because this isn't just blasting the same automated, your invoice is 7 days overdue message to everybody. What it's actually doing is it's reading the whole situation, the context of conversations, and adjusts things as well. And so the outputs that we see each and every morning is this. It's like a clean list of who needs a polite nudge, who needs a bit more of a firmer touch, and then here's who needs a phone call as well. We'll go ahead and review the messaging and approve it, and then once it's done, it sends all those messages out. Now, of course, someone still needs to make that phone call. We have experimented with some AI outbound phone calls there as well. It is a doable thing, but at that stage, if someone's not going to be answering a human phone call, then the AI phone call doesn't really seem to have an impact so far. Maybe it's just how I've been running it. But the result of this is that it takes about 90 seconds for someone to review this each and every day. But beforehand, this was a task that would take, an hour, sometimes 2 hours, very, very consistently every single week, that will always get pushed to the next day and then the next week. And obviously no one wants to do this too. And so now this will run in the background and our cash flow notices the difference. So we're getting a lot more cash collected from those overdue invoices as well. So let's just have a quick look at what this looks like. So again, this is from today. Earlier on today, this ran. We have the number of people who have actually gone ahead and who have overdue invoices as a quick little summary table here as well. And then we come over here as well. It drafts the, so it gives a bit of context about each individual contact. So this one here has an invoice for AI voice usage that's overdue. It tells us obviously when it was due, how many days it's been overdue, who the contact record is, and then even with the context, it's sort of noted here the relationship is warm, so keep this very, very friendly. And so you can see here with the SMS that's drafted, again, it's keeping it nice and friendly here, like I know you've had a lot on, which in this case, this particular contact has. And so it's just more of a reminder. And same deal with the email draft as well. Again, you can obviously pause the video to read that if you'd like to. And then obviously a bit of the final total. So we know, okay, here's how many overdue invoices we have in all the different stages, total amount of accounts receivable, and obviously the Slack message that's been sent through, ready for review and approval. So just as an example, here's what it looks like, just the Slack message. Again, from today, 10th of June, we have the AI agent is given the drafts ready to review in the chat. And so again, what happens here is rather than having to individually, SMS, email, call all these different people here, now we just review the SMSs and emails, tell it to send them or adjust them, and then any sort of calls that we have to make is a lot easier because the workload isn't so heavy on the human side. All right, so I told you that at the start of the video, I'm actually going to be giving you one of these prompts, and in my view, I'm going to be giving you probably the most powerful one of the three that we're reviewing today. Now, obviously, we do have a lot of other ones that we're using on a daily basis, which allows our team, which is relatively small for the number of clients we're servicing and the workload that we're creating, it allows us to actually create a lot more output than what we would normally be doing. And so what we're going to be doing is giving you the deal mover prompts, which is this one here. So the deal and sales follow-up agent, which you can use in any of your systems. And if you want this, just click the link somewhere on this video and you'll get that access to this document here as well. So here it is. I'm going to walk you through not just the instructions, but the actual prompts and sort of what this all looks like. So we have a bit of preamble up here about what this prompt is, obviously how to use it. A quick note, again, just as a reminder, we are running this in our CRM, but you can also run this through Claude, ChatGPT, or Gemini coming soon. Or if you prefer like an automation tool like Make or N8N, you can also run this through there as well. So the actual prompts, we're obviously setting the role and the objective. What we've actually done is we've trained this on Alex Hormozi's frameworks here. So basically, you can customize that to be suitable for whatever you'd like to have in place there as well. But we've trained this on his frameworks that he obviously covers in a lot of his content and also his books and courses. And so we're actually going through the different pillars. So we have availability, we have speed, personalization, and volume. And again, this is what helps take like a generic message and turn it into something that's very personalized and also time sensitive, because we're matching the instructions with full conversational history and context for that contact record, which is absolutely huge. That alone is a massive game changer. what we're doing here is we're categorizing people based on what stage they're at, right? And then we're sort of setting the rules of how we want the AI to draft the messaging or what channels to be using at each of those platforms, what data to collect. So again, this AI, because we've got it connected in our CRM, and not just that, we actually pull and store all the conversational history against the contact records. So if you've had a Zoom meeting with us, you would have noticed we use a Fathom note taker. That one there, we actually match up the notes and the transcripts from those calls onto your contact record. So then we can give the AI access to it. So then obviously it has the full context of the conversation. So it knows where the deal is up to, and it can craft these on a more personalized framework. So it reviews the conversations, it reviews the stage of the opportunity pipeline, any outstanding tasks from us and the team, and any sort of meeting notes as you see here as well. It'll also go through and give us a bit of a pipeline status report. So it's an overview of who's where and how many people are in each of those stages there as well. As you would have seen earlier in this Figma diagram, we go through the actual blockers and the next steps. So what's holding the deal up and how can we actually go ahead and free the blockers up? It then drafts the SMSs and the email follow-ups as well. So based on all that context and the conversational history, all the notes and everything there as well, it'll draft this in a personalized note. As you can see here, is non-negotiable. We're also blocking it from saying things like, just checking in or touching base or circling back. They're all sort of very generic. And so you can see we've got the different templates and frameworks that we have here for the messages, the call suggestions here as well, and then obviously the operating rules and also the Slack posting instructions. They're all in this prompt. And so what you can do is you can literally, so if you are one of our clients and you're using the Earlibird app and all the systems that we have in place, you can copy and paste this into, actually, if you're one of our clients, just send me an email or book a call with us, and we'll get this set up for you in the system. But if you are using the app, or if you want to use something like Claude or ChatGPT or Make or N8N, you can just copy and paste this exact prompt in your workflows and you'll have it up and running. And of course, if you want this prompt or more detailed videos and instructions, plus the other two prompts, so what we're doing for the accounts receivable agents and the CRM Sweep agents, plus full setup and implementation guides with instructions for Claude or ChatGPT, Gemini, or Make. All this is available inside of Earlibird Labs, and that's our new community where we actually share the exact systems, the exact prompts and templates that we build and use, not only for us, but also for our clients as well. And the link will be somewhere in the description or one of the comments there as well. But of course, you can take this existing framework here and just copy and paste it into your existing CRM or preferred AI tool, and you can have it all set up and running by tomorrow. And that's, of course, the whole point and purpose of this video. So that's the three agents. It's one sales admin system that handles our sales follow-up, our cash collection, and also our CRM hygiene. All of these is running in the background, done every morning. I think the last one runs at 10 a.m. every single day. And this isn't theoretical. We've built these once and they're running. And actually, I'll just go over here and show you. So you can see here, we have a number of different scheduled tasks that are running. And so these things are running each and every day or each and every week, and they've been running ever since we set those initial scheduled tasks up. And so the mental freedom of having to wake up and push things forward is now, it's amazing, right? So we're basically waking up to a clean slate. There's no mental blockers or I should have followed up with that person weight that's on their shoulders. And in my view, that's worth a lot more than any hours saved. And if you want more information like this, and you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss any of those notifications. And of course, as I mentioned earlier as well, if you want the full set of all three prompts, plus the complete setup instructions and also instructional videos, make sure you click the link somewhere on this video and join Labs. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.